5 of the Esports Collegiate Overwatch season. Northern Illinois University taking on Ball State University today in what will be NIU's toughest match, no doubt yet. So welcome, everyone. My name is Alex, otherwise known as Frosty, and I'm here with my co-commentator, Nick.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Yep, another day, back at it.
Back on the old grindstone. So last week, NIU, with perhaps the most entertaining match in all of ESC, actually just learned after the match was over last week, and if those who weren't there, it was a 3-2 win for Western Michigan, but NIU definitely had to make them work for it. Yeah, that was the first and only Game 5 in ESC so far out of the entire league. So
yeah, that was a close game. I'm ready to see
today Ball State is undefeated in conference play. So I don't believe I have record of them even dropping a map yet. So NIU has their work cut out for them. See NIU taking quick control of the point. A little bit of a large comp difference actually. The D.Va Echo Tracer, so more of a dive comp from the side of NIU. You see just a poke battle. Someone trying to find a pick here. See, interesting, the Brig Lucio. So the Ball State's going to have to play these comps incredibly fast. Yeah, see, take down those supports. It'll be good for the Huskies. Flip-Flop does find a headshot. Flawless and Flip-Flop, the double F combo. Turns things in their favor, but with Racer losing the mech, I think NIU gives this one up.
Racer almost got it. Little Korean girl almost kills a robot ninja.
So Ball State gonna take control of the point first. See, maybe have some familiar names. I know Ninja Curly Fry has been a member of the Ball State team for quite a while. Potentially the IGL for that team. And I'm still trying to find some kind of pick, find some kind of opening. They're burning a lot of cooldowns to try and find something. The Ball State's rotations have been pretty excellent, utilizing a lot of good cover. As Flip-Flop falls actually first, and with more resources being thrown in on the side of NIU, including a pulse bomb, still nothing being found from it. NIU is a little stumped right now, a little lost.
Yeah, Ninja Curly Fry is kind of going through NIU here.
I think that was a very clean headshot from Spencer. And you see Ball State not having to commit any ult so far. We're already approaching 50%. We'll have to hope that a well grouped up team with a Mercy Valkyrie is enough to take this fight. But you're going to come up with a Kitsune Rush. You're going to have duplicate D.Va Bomb. But you have to make sure not to use it all at once, because that sound barrier and rally is going to be able to negate a good amount of damage. You see a huge rampage from Junker Queen. Finds 3. Ultimately gets a pick onto Hayes. Another pick on Flip-Flop. Finds both supports. Looking forward with the duplicate. Not able to do much with it. Ball State just overwhelming Northern Illinois right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good push from NIU there. But it seems it was not enough. Let's see. Ooh, we got the Arisa coming in.
Maybe trying to do a bit of a counter here to the Junker Queen. I do prefer, I do think this is a better idea over the D.Va. You lose a little bit in peel potential, but you gain a little bit more, and being able to make space, and your survivability is that much more. As Ninja Curly Fry finds Soko Toro, some Echo on Echo violence. Spencer cuts them, slicing and dicing them up. As Ball State gets a clean 100-0 point.
Yeah, I mean, that was I mean, we just kind of dropped right into that match, right? I mean, there was very little introduction, but I mean, you said this is going to be a pretty difficult game tonight. And right off the bat, you know, Ball State gave that 100%.
Ball State, a team that needs no introduction. They've proven to be a top contender in all 4 esports collegiate titles.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ball State, although it's not like a physical landmass, I think it's a frame of mind, right? Ball is a state of mind, and they're most definitely in it. Oh, yeah, that's Ball State.
Ball State not on the ball, though. Interesting.
That is true.
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Why is Ball State not on ball? We'll see NIU opting for a comp that we've seen before. May Cassidy.
I do like this comp.
Ryan, so definitely a very up-in-your-face brawl comp. I'm going to take this high ground, so Ball State does have a bit of positioning advantage. Them being the ones there first. Tokutor trying to go for a wall. Has to burn Ice Wall.
Ooh, almost catch him.
What pin from down, the double pin kill. Spencer already incredibly low. Ryan able to finish it off while taking down the Brig in return, and this fight goes towards the Huskies.
That was good.
There's a curly fry not making them work for it.
You know, ice is super effective against flying types. That was awesome. I like right off the bat, you know, Racer just got that 2K with the one charge.
Ninja curly fry swapping back, swapping from Echo to Reaper onto Cassidy. So we're gonna get some long range poke as well. Taking a trick of the Tokator's book, and Queen gets caught out, and another fight that ends before it starts right now.
Racer, calm down. We're not going anywhere.
I think I got jump scared.
5 Nights at Racers. They're just swinging around with a big old hammer. They should give Ryan a skin. He's just got like one of those like carnival inflatable hammers.
Yeah, I mean, Torbjorn has one of those skins for this hammer. And excellent Maywall from Toko Toro. Can they find the pick on a Junker Queen? No, but Rick falls down.
Feeling a shatter coming down.
Able to find the Rampage out.
No.
Wow. Toko Toro with an excellent wall off on the Junker Queen. Not quite able to finish off, and Manwy.
No!
Manwy makes them pay. Excellent Rampage from them.
Oh, look at that.
So NIU at 53%. They do have
weapon
an Earth Shatter. I have confidence in a Razor Shatter.
This Racer just go. Oh, Racer going in immediately.
A lot of focus. I think there's 2 different ults onto the one Junker Queen, but tanks being the most pivotal part of these comps. You want to make sure they're gone. But trades going back and forth. Flawless going for the aimbot Calvin strat of only using High Noon to reload. Honestly, do not hate that strat. Especially in high organized play, High Noon not being the best of alts. Sometimes it's better to just get the ammo back immediately. So, proven to work for NIU.
Yeah, I mean,
the ult's being used, but Racer's already halfway to ult, so expect another ult from them before the round's over. But a beat here, you'd have to expect that to be used to counteract Spencer's blade. They have to know it's coming up. Not a lot of ults used lately as Ninja Curly Fry swaps onto the Sojin, so they're going to lose a bit of ultimate progress there. But the Sojin's still a very, very viable pick in this meta. Ooh, oh, the window almost catches out the Junker Queen. The Junker Queen has been having a lot of difficulty with the team, but Ball State putting pressure on. Took toward the wall to try and funnel the team in through one of the archways. And there it is, the beat. Counteract the blade. Immortality field is down. Gonna need more than the beat just to keep it up. Spencer falls off the map, but looks like Ball State's gonna be able to clean this up regardless. NIU getting to that important 99%. They just need one more team fight.
Yeah, I mean, getting it to 99%, right? I mean, that's just, you gotta win one more fight, and that's it.
That's it. One more fight, potentially a restall, recontest if you don't get the picks fast enough. But Ball State has both support ults up, so it's going to take some good focus fire, maybe some early picks. If you're looking to put pressure on someone early, you're going to have to put it on Ravenstrider or Yakster.
I do think NIU, if they really push, they could get their offensive ults.
They're taking this fight fast. Tokator survives, but the aggression from Ball State ends the fight early. So fortunately, unfortunately, no ults used from NIUs, and they're going to have enough time to get another fight in, but on the flip side, you still have Coalescence and Sound Barrier from Ravenstrider and Yakster.
And we do see the ice roll.
So they're deciding, NIU opting for a different route.
They're taking the sneaky way around.
Ball State's going to see it coming. Flawless. Oh, I see here. They're going to go for some kind of distraction. The beat comes out. Flawless kind of stuck. Tough position. The Blizzard doesn't get anyone, but zones them off point.
I mean, that's a huge wall, even though they're not really trapping anyone in. You keep them out.
But HP running low from NIU, and that Rampage is not going to help it. 3-person Rampage from Manwy to get him off point. And Ball State goes up to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, valiant effort from NIU. Obviously, that first map was a little rough, but I think NIU is definitely starting to get a little bit of their footing in the second.
Absolutely.
So, game's still far from over. Let's see this. Yeah, look at how many people he hit with that Carnage. He had that ability again, like right away.
You know, I would be very surprised to see Manway swap off that Jungle Queen unless it was just a completely different map type or map terrain that NIU opts for. So NIU getting to pick the hybrid map. You know, I wonder. Last week we were questioning the Ball State, or not the Ball State, the the Kings Row decision against Western Michigan, and it kind of I asked Coach, I forgot about it. It kind of came down to the team composition. They felt that they could be proven better on a more brawly comp because in that first map last week against Western Michigan, NIU felt like they won more fights than Western Michigan on Brawl. So, you know, potentially you saw a lot more success from Brawl on Brawl than Dive against Ball State on Oasis. So, it honestly, to this week, would not surprise me if we see some Kings Row action here, especially since NIU had some better footing on the Brawl comps, even though it did not result in a round win.
Yeah, NIU and Brawl comps, I think, is just like a match made in heaven. You know, it's like sitting down, you have a good snack, and like you find that perfect YouTube video, right? I just love watching NIU Brawl. It just makes sense.
It's a rule at NIU that you have to play Brawl comps. Apparently,
you have to. When you're enrolling, you have to sign a waiver. It says, "I will brawl."
So NIU opting for Parasio, so I expect to see some Far Mercy action here.
Yeah.
So we've known this. We've seen it many times before. Flawless and Hayes popping off on that Far Mercy combo, and they're gonna make Ball State swap to some. They're gonna have to prove their hit scan ability here, for sure. You know, a good amount of high ground to work with especially on that second point with the city buildings.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think Parasio is a very pretty map. Do you think they're gonna have a little beach party?
I think if NIU,
if we asked very nicely.
I think if NIU takes this map though, they might have a beach party IRL in the arena.
Ooh, that is true.
We'll truck in some sand. It'll be a mess, but
I'm sure I could take out like a pipe or something. Just have the water. You know, cause a leak here and. Whoopsie daisies.
So Ball State opting to defend first. I just gotta say the music here is immaculate.
Yeah.
Love the Paraiso music, especially if we see either team getting the ability to go to.
Anyways.
Especially if we get to see any team getting to the payload map. I love how the payload does play some music with it.
See, NIU getting ready. Ace and Flawless having a post-game discussion on the pharmacy. That's canon.
So yeah, so NIU actually going for the dive comp that they tried in the beginning of Oasis, and Manway still on that Jungle Queen. They found themselves to be very comfortable and very lethal in this new meta. I'm sure a large reason why Ball State has not dropped a game yet. They're one of the few undefeated teams still left in the conference.
I'm sorry, I just can't focus over the Tracer just chatting, just flapping her mouth.
It is, you know, it helps to talk things out before an intensive push.
Oh yeah.
So Flawless, aim of the game is to try and poke them off high ground. And have an Anna to work with on the side of Ball State Raven Strider on that Anna. So definitely some a primary dive target there if you're able to get to them. But Ball State's peel has proven to be pretty good so far. And they're still poking things out. Neither side's falling down yet. NIU kind of just dancing around that point, beginning to put some pressure onto it. Which where it looks to find some kind of opening. Racer gets demech'd, and that's the last thing that you really want. That demech early is just takes a large amount of wind out of your sails. And you see NIU opting to just fall back.
Yeah, that's not looking like a fight you can win right now with down that many people.
But with the pocket, NIU maybe trying to make Manway pay for overextension, so Manway gets a little greedy. There's a Curly Fire left on 1 HP. And Flawless and Flip-Flop, the double F combo.
Flawless,
once
don't
again,
do it to him. Oh!
The direct hit.
That's a dunk.
I think this point goes to Northern Illinois.
It took Toro's on capping duty. Someone's got to do it.
So NIU capitalizing on the mistake, the rare mistake from Manwy. I think this is probably the first mistake we've seen so far from them.
I do want to say, watching Flawless get a direct rocket shot is like watching a basketball player just like break the backboard, right? It's just so satisfying. So perfect.
A lot of utility being birthed from NIU, trying to get this point. So Manwy sees that the Suzu has already been used from flip-flop and gets a team wipe with just one ultimate.
Oh, so close. No, he's just going in.
Racer going to have to try and get that remake reset. You have to wonder if there'll be any comps. So Flawless onto the Soldier. So Spencer doing a great job of pressuring out the far out of the sky. So Flawless going to try and mirror that Soldier 76. So no more aerial threats, with the exception of Racer on NIU. Poke continuing. NIU just trying to get Ball State off that high ground. Cart is moving though, but
cheeky.
Ball State's okay with it. Flawless finds a pick on a Ninja Curly Fry. The stick doesn't find anything. The recall. Ball State being sandwiched on both sides.
And he's got some
With a
excellent
Kitsune
picks,
rush,
though.
things are looking bright for the Huskies. Yanker on Lucy, able to get away. Cart's going to continue to move. Raven Strider swaps off Ana and goes on to the Brigida. So once again, you know, when you're on that Lucio brick comp, you're going to have to take fights fast. The idea is you kind of you play fast, you speed, and you play together. Most importantly, and you try to keep your team up as much as possible. But with Junker Queen Shout, which you just used, it's going to give Ball State some extra health to work with. But the picks are still coming on the side of Huskies. Manwy with another Rampage, only finds Racer this time, and it looks like it's not going to cause any issues of survivability on that spot. Spencer with the tactical visor, NIU playing wise around natural cover. Spencer not able to find anything. NIU continuing the march the cart forward. See Flawless stuck on low HP. Going to pop a visor of their own, maybe even potentially another, just a zoning visor to try and get Ball State off a point. Ninja Curly Fight almost falls with their life. Manwy on the Orisa, such a hard target to kill, especially with a huge respawn advantage from Ball State, and they're going to be able to take this. 0.9 meters left to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's so close, and they got 2.5 minutes.
I really like the switch on Manwy to the Orisa. Just a huge amount of survivability on point, and they knew how to play around the respawn advantage that they had. They didn't just throw themselves onto point one at a time. They regrouped, they recalibrated, and they're looking at a 2-minute hold to do it, but see if NIU can counteract. No ultimates to work with on the side of the Huskies. So be careful. You're going to have to look at Ninja Curly Fry. You're going to be using that ultimate early. And the rally provides such useful armor to everyone on the team. Poke is still going on. No picks being found from either side. Spencer able to find Flawless. Quick res counteracts it though. Still a 5-on-5. Raven Strider finding Toko Toro in the meantime with that whip shot. And it looks like it's another quick fight for Ball State. So not quite over before it starts, but NIU doesn't really find the opening that they need. You do get rally out, but you're hoping to get a couple more ults out as well. Ninja Curly Fry still with that overdrive.
Yeah, it's like Flawless is just trying to farm that ult best as he can.
A real crunch shot almost takes out Flawless. Last thing you want is to find yourself down a player this early into the fight. So a self-destruct being set on the side of Racer, being a 500 HP target, they're able to just ignore that Sojourn firing shots into them. They're trying to chase down Spencer on that Soldier. Spencer finding a way to get away. Have to hopefully just put the focus fire onto Manwy, but with the beat from Yanker coming out, it's going to be very hard to melt down these targets. Spencer does finally fall though in the back line. Kitsune Rush allowing NIU for double firing and reload speed. Toko Toro
away!
It's incredibly hard to kill those slippery supports. But the visor hoping to go on some kind of cleanup duty for NIU, but Yanker did an excellent stall job, but it won't be enough. But only a minute 45 to cap it all the way.
I don't know why, but when Flawless ulted, I got like flashbacks like those arcade like game, like the cabinets.
There were
where you have,
so
like, the
many
guns
targets
and
flashing at once, but none of them were appearing. We have some Atari 2600 action going on here.
some NES dabbers.
All very incredibly clumped up, but with their heal comp, that's exactly what they want. The Cardinals marching forward. See if the self-destruct finds anything. Ninja Curly Fry with the overdrive only finds one before falling down, but two vital parts of NIU's composition are down, Flip Flop and Racer. So NIU, even though it is a 3v3, they're going to proceed with caution a little bit. Able to get Visor out. That's actually very excellent. You do not have to worry about Visor for these next couple fights. NIU able to disengage very easily. Raven Strider trying to engage with that rally. They're able to get chunked down though. The armor is gone. Both supports on Ball State down. This is NIU's opportunity to push the cart even more forward. A much better showing than we saw on Oasis. Racer gets demeched, however, and that's going to be a huge momentum staller.
Yeah, but I'm seeing that ult
for
from
Racer to
Toko
get
Toro.
mech back.
I got a feeling.
Annihilation from Toko Toro. You have Hayes with the Valkyrie, team-wide heals and damage boost. Toko Toro falls down before the ult gets out. If you're NIU, you don't even have enough time to really recontest.
Look who Flawless is running. Couldn't make it.
You have to see a little bit of an overextension from Northern Illinois. But Hayes with the Valkyrie, maybe trying to get some kind of touch going, but it doesn't look like it's going to be possible. The DMAC and the focus fire from Ball State's too good. They are not allowing that cart to be pushed any further.
Yeah.
So not a full cap for NIU, but you're looking at something you're looking at a very winnable situation.
Yeah, I mean, NIU, valiant effort there. But Ball State did really, really well just holding them back and just building like a wall around that cart, not letting anyone through.
Yeah, NIU, I mean, things were looking great and all kind of started to fall apart with the Racer DMEC. I think it was just well-timed focus fire from Ball State, and that was kind of the beginning of the end. Even though there was 30 seconds left on the clock, you don't really have enough time to come back, get mech back. So it just ended up fumbling a little bit at the end, but nothing that a well-placed or a well-played defense can't counteract. Look at those handsome mug shots.
Yeah. There's so many like little things to just kind of look at here.
You know, Overwatch is such a vibrant and beautiful game. They have such a large attention to detail.
Yeah. I'm just like looking at the map, you know. I'm completely focused on the.
So flip-flop on the Ana. So there must be something about Ana on this point that I'm missing.
I think it's just because it's pretty.
There is a good amount of high ground. You can play back pretty easily on this first point here. But I'm interested. We've seen the flawless Ashe before, but not in a while.
Yeah, I mean, you usually see Toko Toro on the Ashe.
So it's
double
double hit scan. So they got to be expecting. I don't know if they're expecting the Echo, but they're going to be thankful that Echo is in play with the double hit scan. Granted.
Oof. Toko Toro feeding Yakester a rocket right off the bat.
With a huge amount of burst damage with this composition. You're going to have to be very careful if you're a support here on the Huskies. Blink and you'll miss it heal situation. So Ball State going to opting for the side route. I think making the smart decision. You're going to have to give a little bit of space, a little bit of high ground, but you still have a good amount to work with. If you're in the area that Toko Toro is in now, you're just trying to get some poke in. That's the biggest difference between these comps. A little bit of poke versus burst damage here. If Spencer can find some kind of headshot and open things up, that'd be huge for the Cardinals. Right now, Toko Toro and Flawless are just laying in a lot of body shots. But the excellent engage, the speed on a Toko Toro, they caught the Soldier 76 out. Racer tying things up with Ninja Curly Fry. Yakester in a bit of a tough position. This fight's not over, but you're going to have to find something soon. But it looks like this point is going to go to Ball State. So that was, I mean, that really was a blink and you'll miss it kind of play. The rotation, they spotted out the Soldier. And they had confidence that they could pick off Toko Toro. So the speed, even if with those little legs that Soldier 76 has, not enough to get away from the aggression of Ball State.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a lengthy hold on second point here to put yourself in a good position, and that's not the way you want to start it. It is tied though. It is a 4-on-4 situation.
Not know Risa could make that jump.
Yeah, make it 5-on-5. But Risa's got legs.
4 of them, yeah. Yeah, I think he's definitely doing a little poking, tickling action here.
Yeah, if you're, I honestly think you might opt for something.
It's
a
5
more
volts
burst damage.
Look at that.
There he is. Poking out, so I think the Bob used a little early. Ball State going to be able to melt it down. Not really causing much. I think he used that a little bit later in the fight, but I understand you want to get some pressure on, but Tsune Rush is going to do exactly that. Put a ton of pressure on him with the beat. You're unkillable, and you're doing a ton of damage, but still not finding any picks. Tokotoro finds Raven Strider, this large crux of the heals for Ball State. Manway doesn't find anything with their ultimate, and NIU actually takes this fight. So that's an incredible situation if you're NIU. Ball State using 3 different ultimates, but doesn't get the point.
Yeah, I mean, NIU still got 2.
And a bit of a reset on their ultimate economy. You're only really going to have Ninja Curly Fry's ult to work with next fight. By the time you hopefully win this fight, if you're an NIU fan, with just Diva Bomb and Valkyrie, you're going to be setting yourself up for maybe some kind of nice rotation with ults here. The burn providing a lot of pressure on the Ball State. Orisa falling early. NIU thinks they can focus fire her down as the Lucio falls, so only Kiriko heals. Curly Fry almost falls as well. NIU not finding any more picks, but Ball State's just going to disengage, and an excellent pick onto Spencer by Racer. So a bit of a soft reset. The poke's still going to be present from Ball State, but NIU continuing to hold, utilizing this high ground very well. See Ball State trying to still trying for that high ground, trying to match them on the high ground. Yakister playing a little bit aggressive on the Lucio. Tokotoro actually not getting distracted. That Lucio's not going to be able to do much from there.
Racer's on a mission.
Racer finds Ninja Curly Fight and Raven Strider. And NIU continuing to have an excellent point hold. Second point of Horizon. You know, this might be the reason why they may have been. I think they've been well prepared. I believe they've been scrimming this map a good amount. They've been discussing strats for it.
I do really want to see Racer use that ult. He's been holding on to it for a rainy day, and so I have a feeling when he sees the opportunity, it's going to be a big one.
Diva Bomb, a little bit harder to get multiple picks on an organized competitive Overwatch play, but it is possible, and it's always so exciting to see that Diva Bomb get some picks. So the Kitsune Rush on the high ground. If NIU is they're going to have to give up the high ground or fight them on it. Manway finding flip-flop. So only Mercy healed on the side of NIU. As you see the pick,
big.
Diva Bomb does get a pick onto Spencer. Manway does find Tokotoro though, as Ninja Curly Fry able to find 1 pick with the railgun.
Oh.
A lot of members of Ball State, but not able to finish them off. And this is the last person you want to fall is Racer for a recontest. I don't think NIU is going to be able to recontest this, so they're going to set up, try to put themselves in a good position on 3rd point. You see, taking that high ground yet again. Not as prominent of an advantage of high ground here on the 3rd point, but still high ground nonetheless. Into Curly Fry swapping onto that Ash. We're seeing a bit of an Ash mirror. So you see actually more characters start to be mirrored here. Only the Mercy and the Soldier not being mirrored on the side of Ball State. To try to get that Diva out of mech if you're Tokotoro. Trying to counteract the blade. And the beat's going to be able to keep Spencer alive and get them another pick with Dragon Blade. He's so low on that Diva, but they're going to be able to get mech back. That was an excellent beat from Yakister there. Able to keep the Genji up in Blade. Keeps your team alive and finds a pick to boot.
Look at this long angle Flawless has. It's kind of pelting across the point.
Don't know if NIU is able to contest here. They're doing a great job of demeching Racer and making sure that they are the last one to fall in a team fight. Ball State goes out to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah. Definitely Ball State proving themselves to be, quite the adversary that we expected. So
I'm beginning to see why they are undefeated in ESC play.
I do have a suspicion, I think. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, wait.
This is the play that kept and the blade keeps Spencer up, allows the pick on a Tokotoro.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a very, very strong blade.
Great combination of ultimate. That's great support play.
So, I mean, game's not over, right? I mean, we've seen NIU kind of come back from a 0-2 score, so waiting to see what NIU pulls out of the hat. Really curious, really excited.
Yeah, I'm interested. So we'll be seeing a pure payload map this time. I have to wonder. I can't remember what did NIU pick last time. I believe Rialto. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rialto here. Although we saw Flawless did hop off the Farm Mercy fairly quickly on this map, so maybe I still expect Rialto just because it's such a large comfort pick, but maybe not necessarily that Farm Mercy combo. So Rialto, I might be wrong. You know, maybe you stick with what you're comfortable with, both map and composition-wise. So other matches going on today. Northern Kentucky, I believe, has already had already forfeited to Northeastern.
Forfeited?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't believe they had enough players to field the game today. So, not what you like to see, but you know, understand nonetheless.
Hey, I'd fill in.
Need a Junkrat?
Yeah, just give me a call.
Western Michigan versus Miami. That'll be an interesting game. You almost look at, if you're NIU and looking to scout, because that match with Western Michigan was so close, you almost look at Western Michigan as kind of your benchmark against teams you haven't played before. So if you see, oh, Western Michigan kept it close with Miami, or they even beat Miami, you know in your heads, okay, that means by the transitive property, we can take down these teams as well. University of Buffalo taking on Akron. Ohio Esports with the bye, I believe they're one of the other few remaining undefeated teams. Yes, they are. So Ohio will remain undefeated against the tough opponent bye week. Northeastern, another undefeated team. They'll remain undefeated, of course, after that forfeit from Northern Kentucky. Ball State remaining undefeated. So unless NIU pulls out a reverse sweep, Ball State will remain undefeated in conference play, but we're hoping that's not the case here if you're an NIU fan.
I know we got hope. We got believers in here, so feeling good. I'm excited to see the Flawless. You know, hopefully, right, we'll see the pharmacy here.
Potentially, I mean,
it's just a good. It works. You know, we've seen it last time, and when NIU had that reverse, almost a reverse. We saw that that pharmacy here in Rialto, right?
We did. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it again. Try to make something work again. You know, if you're down 0-2, you know, don't be afraid to experiment with new things. Maybe you find some that cracks that composition that Ball State's been running. Although speaking of composition, that's you know, I've noticed today more than any other match the least amount of mirroring that we've seen. We've seen some pretty diverse and unique comps, and actually this might be one of the first times we've seen a Zenyatta play. It's a very interesting comp from Ball State. So Ball Sombra are going to be maximum disruption. Hopefully, if you're Ball State thinking that Ninja Curly Fry is going to be able to do some damage amidst all that chaos, potentially with a Yakister pocket, Raven Strider discording targets. If Spencer and Manwe are on those discorded targets, it's going to be very unfun for NIU. So those Ball Sombra Zenyatta comps are very difficult if pulled off correctly.
I'm excited to see Tokotoro on the Ashe. I mean, that was his bread and butter for such a long time.
Tokotoro recently hitting Grandmaster for a little bit. So this might be difficult for Flawless with the Discord and an Ashe. And not just any Ashe, it's Ninja Curly Fry Ashe. They've proven to be incredibly good.
He is the curliest
on that DPS so far. No picks coming up from NIU. Ooh! Both Ashes fall almost simultaneously as Hayes gets poked out from the Sombra, able to stay a little bit alive, though Yakister reses Ninja Curly Fry. That gives the advantage to Ball State. Ball's able to find the Sombra. It's an incredibly scrappy fight. I think NIU is going to be able to march the cart forward a little bit. I don't think Ball State wants to risk any more players getting picked off. But you see Ash and the Mercy still are in. If you're Ball State, you can certainly recontest this with 5 strong if you don't have any more picked off right now. But Racer doing an excellent job of making space. Also worth mentioning, Racer back on that Ramatra. We've seen every annihilation from them has been incredibly huge. It looks like Ball State in the blink of an eye, the mines, you know, those mines recently got buffed. It's very difficult. Tokotoro going for a swim. It's very difficult to get out of those mines if you're caught, especially in the center of it.
Yeah, because those got buffed last patch, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah, so instead of taking 1.5 seconds to activate, it only takes 1 second. You may think a half second might not make a big difference, but
that's
yeah, esport, in an esport where every millisecond matters, half a second feels like the world.
Yeah.
So Annihilation. You'd have to imagine being used from Racer here. Tokotoro with the early pick on a Ninja Curly Fry. I don't know if NIU can stop the resurrection. With 5 ultimates from NIU, you're going to have to hope they use at least a couple of them to try and get this point. So, like, so many ults at once. Getting flustered here. So, Barrage and Annihilation.
Yeah, those are the 2 NIU used.
So, Ball State opting Transcendence to try and stall things out. High risk, high reward play. If this works. Oh, so Tokotoro finds Ninja Curly Fry, but not before Bob is running in. You see that Transcendence to stall may have been the correct option. I was questioning a little bit at first, but that's exactly what Ball State needed.
Yeah, I mean, NIU's so close there. I mean, 2.45 meters, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, I have to imagine, okay, there it is. I have to imagine Ball State wasn't going to stay on the Zen Lucio comp for very long, the worst heal comp in the game. So the Mercy is back, so you see not a lot of heals for Ball State, but I mean, when you're Tracer Ball, you don't need that much help in the heal department when you have such great mobility and access to health packs nearby. Things just coming scrappy again. Flip-flop able to find Spencer with the headshot. They've been so good at finding those headshots so far. And everyone incredibly low for NIU. The supports are keeping them up.
Yeah, I mean, Manu is so low there. He's still alive. There we go.
So the tank is down, but Ball State has been excellent in recontesting this so far. Would not be surprised if they try to make another push for it again. That pick might just be the opening that Ball State needs. Discord target. Racer does eat the sticky bomb before they fall. But Spencer, a lethal force in that backline, finding Tokotoro. NIU not going to be able to cap this first point. So just, I mean, textbook recontest play from Ball State.
0.79 meters. You hate to see it. It's so close. I am taller than 0.79 meters. Right? It was almost 1 nick away from being fully pushed.
We'll have to measure payload distances in nicks from now on.
I think it's a great measurement. I think we should adopt that over the Imperial system.
Or if you watch any American educational videos, replace the measurement of football fields. How many football fields is this payload have to push?
How many bowling alleys is
How many great white sharks were we away from capping first?
Isn't stones like an actual unit of measurement?
Might be weight. Like, I think it's a measurement of weight.
That's funny to me. This thing is 14 stone.
1 stone is 14 pounds. And they said you can't learn anything from watching Twitch streams. A stone is 14 pounds.
There's some big stones. So I think a stone, I think of like a baseball-sized rock. You know, that's a stone.
The stone measurement remains widely used in Britain, Australia, and Ireland for measuring human body weight. Well, so we do have an Overwatch match to
anyways
to cast. So not much of a difference from team composition from either side. So
we still see that ball from him.
Have to see how NIU handles the high ground presence early on here. Kind of see NIU, if they want to win this, their stall game is going to have to be just as good as Ball State's.
You hear that Tracer pitter-pattering around. So does Tokotoro.
They're in the walls. So important not to be too distracted from the Tracer. Too many people turn around. State's going to capitalize that. Spencer is the space maker. Spencer wants eyes on them.
Yeah, I mean, he had Flawless and Hayes just
Racer
turned around looking
on
for
the
that
Ninja
Tracer.
Curly Fry. The pressure's going to have to be on, or else that res is going to come out. He actually does get the res on the Ninja Curly Fry, but falls for it. Ninja Curly Fry wins the Ash duel. Poke in the backline still coming out, forcing NIU a little bit back, but the cart is not moving.
Yeah, it seems they're just
Hayes
trying to
and
get
flip
picks
flop,
here.
putting in work on the heels. They're already over halfway to their ultimates. At the Discord target, making it incredibly hard to Racer to make a lot of space, because Discord, I think, is one of the most underrated abilities in the game. I think people underestimate how effective it is at making space and helping focus fire. So the Hammond Manwe is still going undetected in the backline. Rather say undetected, but not being able to get picked off. You see, this ball is staying alive. Curly Fry does fall though.
Tracer is so low.
The pulse bomb from Spencer not able to find anything. Took with finds another pick on the X. The main source of heals for Ball State falling. Flawless. You know, that side effect of a barrage is, it makes it incredibly easy to kill. See, flip flop does fall, not before the Kitsune rush falls. So Transcendent's gonna make it incredibly hard. And he touched the Bob. Oops, Racer off point. At this point, incredibly well played from Ball State, and they take the 3-0 victory. Ball State proving why they are an undefeated team. I think if you're NIU, I remember talking with the players beforehand. I think they were hoping to make it competitive, and I think they did just that. You know, with getting it to 99% on Oasis, as well as almost nearly full capping Paraiso. You have some things to be proud of if you're NIU, but certainly I think you take a look at this game as a huge learning opportunity, especially with some interesting comps that we're not normally used to seeing teams running. I think you have a lot to work with, a lot to VOD review if you are NIU.
Yeah, I mean, Ball State just had teeth the whole game, start to finish. And we saw some good plays from NIU, but Ball State was just a force to beat. I mean, there's a reason why they're undefeated. Yeah,
I mean, there wasn't a weak link on that team. I felt like I was praising all the different roles at one point. You know, excellent support play, especially, you know, I'll gush over it again at the end of Paraiso. That you know, just and the Zenyatta Transcendent stall, you know, I was questioning it at first, but it was exactly what they needed to prevent NIU from full capping. It worked.
They get a little creative with their ults, so.
And excellent tank play from Manwe. So, Ball State, you wish them the best of luck in the rest of the season, and hopefully potentially a playoff rematch, if you're NIU, maybe try to get some revenge. So, looking ahead at our schedule, we will be taking on Akron, University of Akron, next week. Next Tuesday, we're back to Tuesdays to finish off February of esports collegiate action. So catch us on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Taking on the University of Akron as we start the Ohio Gauntlet.
No.
5 Ohio teams in a row, and they are, none of them, I believe, are slouches. So,
you know what they say? Only in Ohio, swag like Ohio.
Yep.
Yep. So be there or be square because you're not around.
Oh.
Do you know why they say that? Because you're not there. Be there or be
around,
square.
yeah.
If you're not square, you're around. You're round like a circle. That's crazy.
Another learning opportunity from watching
Stones and
watching us at twitch.tv/NIU_esports. Thank you all for tuning in, everybody. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll catch you with Overwatch action on Tuesday. But our next broadcast will actually be Friday at 7 p.m. as our League of Legends team takes on Northern Kentucky University. So catch us tomorrow, same time for some League of Legends action. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Stay safe.